Hey everyone! Welcome to the first episode here of Kerbal Space Program! This game, I have been told several times that I should try this game. And this game is amazing. Oh man, I love it so much. I've been having so much fun with it. At first I was a little iffy because I didn't know what I was doing, but well, I mean, I still don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm better. And yeah, I'm having so much fun with it. I'm like, I need to start recording this. So here we go. I've got a few things. I've done some stuff with this save here. Not like a crazy amount. I have made it to the moon, and I have landed on the moon. Been able to successfully get anywhere else though. So this is you know, obviously here's my place. Looks the same as anyone else's, but yeah, here it is. You can't see any of the debris on the ground, it looks like, from earlier, but man, was I crashing stuff all over the launch pad earlier. Here, let's go to the hangar here, and then I can show you what or the ship building, or whatever you call it. But yeah, so here obviously is where you can build your stuff. For those of you who don't know how the game works, you basically start here and you pick your command module. You got, you know, like the unmanned ones, which allow you to control it without people, or you can get the manned capsules, which actually have the actual Kerbals in it. Now then you also have the different tabs here, which have all the different types of ways of supplying fuel and the different engines and stuff. And then you got different control things to keep the ship stable. And they also have different types of adapters and connectors and things that allow you to actually do staging. And then you got your different types of wings and nose cones and stuff like that. And then you got, like, you know, batteries for the power, different types of like you got the different types of parachutes down here, ladders, things like that, landing struts, and then you got some extra scientific like stuff here. All right, now you know, I was building a ship, and I decided to upgrade it. Let me see here. I think test 2 here. I need to like name it a little bit better, but the ship here got me to the moon, landed on it, and got me back. This one here to Mun and back was my first ship that actually made it to the moon and back from the moon. It did not land on it because I did not have any landing setups or any like landing stages, but I was able to get to the moon and back, or Mun, I mean. And yeah, so this one here can actually get me there and back, and land on them, and land on Mun and everything. This one, I could give you a little look at what it looks like. I wanted to try and get to an interplanetary. If I could. This particular ship here could not actually do it, or at least I'm doing something wrong, so you know, it didn't actually make it there. But this is my ship, so I made it to the moon, and allowed me to land on it and get back and everything. So I've got lots of thrust here, way more than I probably need to actually do this, but this thing gets up into orbit, and it gets up there pretty quick, because there's a lot of power behind it. But yeah, here it is. It's the large capsule and everything. I have 3 parachutes on the top, of course, because I like the idea of it, you know, definitely being able to slow down. Then I have extra fuel tanks here. These ones are just extra fuel tanks. As you can see, I got them connected here to this main tank, which this fuel and this main tank's fuel here connect to the little thrusters here, which I can use if I need them for when I'm landing or take off. And then I also have an engine here. But then these ones here are separate. These run off their own little fuel tank. This is what I mainly use for like the landing and stuff. So that's what I got there. But I actually built this one last night here. It's not that big of a ship. It's pretty small. It's definitely a really small one. Definitely. Very, very small ship. Not much to it. Alright, anyway, as you can see, this is absolutely crazy looking, but I've got all kinds of supports all over. It's surprisingly very stable ship too. This thing is fast too, so yeah. As you can see, the top stage here is the same stage as the other rocket. It's the same landing setup because it works really well. What I did change here though is because I wanted to try and do interplanetary stuff. Is I have that, here, let me show you. Where is it? Here it is. This one, it's called the atomic rocket motor. Now, this one is not that powerful. As you can see, it says engine max power is 60. So it's not like, you know, a lot of thrust really compared to like these engines here, which gets me up into outer space itself. I mean, look at that. These 1500 compared to that 60. So this is practically nothing. But when you're going interplanetary, you're gonna, you know, this thing here burns very, very little fuel. Like you can run this thing at full throttle for a long time. So I have that on there for that reason. But then I have all these other ones here that actually get me up into orbit and then get me into a trajectory and all that stuff. So let's start this game off here and let's launch this thing, right? I mean, I haven't actually. I got into a stable orbit last night around the planet with this ship, but I haven't actually been able to do much else than that. I had to use my landing stage to actually get myself into that stable orbit, which is not good. So this ship here so far is not a successful one, but I feel it could be. I think it's just because I tried to have a couple issues when I did so. So we're not going to do that. Now, oops, didn't mean to change my camera view there. Let me line myself back up. Okay, so here it is. Pretty big ship for sure. As you can see, it sits really stable. I mean, it wobbles a little bit here. Let me turn on the SAS, which, you know, it's the computer stabilizes the ship. But as you can see, I mean, this is sitting pretty stable. Now, the way my staging set up is I kick the engines in, and then after I get the engines going, then all these things here I disconnect so the ship can take off, and then I've got these engines down here will kick in, and it'll blow these cells away, and then I have these little tiny rockets right here, which will shoot these down away from the ship, so they don't actually collide with it. And then I do have, after you get up a little ways, then these will go away, and then you run off of this one, and then you can get rid of this one, and then when you get rid of this middle rocket here, it blows these away also. The reason why I don't get rid of these right away is because if I get rid of these, well, these rockets are down here. They like to fall and potentially hit these rockets and cause issues. So I just get rid of those at a later time. But here, let's enough talk. Let's actually get this thing going. All right, here we go. And we have liftoff of whatever this thing's called, because I don't name things that much because I suck at it. All right. Yeah, look at this thing go. It does have a tendency to sometimes spin a little bit, but yeah, it's not a big problem. You can see that these wings here are all churned a little bit, so it's trying to keep itself from spinning. We're not moving very quick, but once we actually get some speed up here, as you can see, we're speeding up. Once the speed gets up high enough, there should be enough air moving along the wings that should stop the spin. So I think if I remember correctly, when I launched this yesterday, the spin does eventually stop. As you can see, I mean, this is a very stable rocket. I mean, look at this, like it's sitting very stable. So that's really good. Basically, what we want to do is, you know, just keep it at full throttle here until we get the fuel burned out. And once we do, I can eject these, and then these ones here will all go away. Whoa! What? What happened there? We lost That's weird. We lost one of the nose cones. Why did we lose the nose cone? Huh, now the ship's not as balanced either, is it? It's not good. Or maybe the ship's so complicated that it can't keep up with everything. That's weird. Hopefully it'll be alright. Whoa, what you doing? Hold on, let's turn on the RCS so I can hopefully, come on. Come on. Oh no! Uh-oh. Get those stages out of here. Okay. Oh no. Nope, that's not good. Alright, let's get those out of here too. Okay, so there goes that stuff. Oh, okay, well, that's gone too. Okay, let's get rid of that stage. I put that one on a spin because it looks so cool. Look at that. Alright, but this rocket here, as you can see, it's just a little one. That's for when we're up in orbit, which we didn't get to. It doesn't actually do anything down here, so it's pretty useless. So we can get rid of that stage, and here's the nuclear rocket, which isn't going to do much. But if we get those ones going too, those actually do have enough thrust here to actually get this thing under control. Assuming that we can slow ourselves down enough before we hit the ground, though, that is. I think we will, it looks like, yeah. Okay. Let me activate the landing here. Let's at least make this a successful landing, maybe. Nope. Okay. I disconnected the pod from the top, or from the bottom, and they survived. Okay, good. They did survive. Alright. Hey, they say any landing you can walk away from is a successful landing, right? So, there we are. They're live. That's good. Alright, let's go back to the vehicle assembly. That obviously was not very, successful. What we're going to do then, let's go unload ourselves up. Let's go with test 2. Because this one actually works. I should rename it. Okay. Let's see. What should we rename this? Let's name it Mun Lander. Oops, that's not how you spell that. Nope, still not how you spell that. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. That way, at least I know. Okay, so we got this one. Let's go back to the launch pad here. Now, this one, like I said, can actually get us to Mun and back, which is good. So just wait here for this to load. Any time now. Let's go. Okay, there it is. So yeah, here it is, as you can see. Let's put the RCS on, and let's throttle up, and let's take off. And here we go. Now this one's a little wobbly. What I should probably do, because I didn't obviously, as you can tell, I didn't do it with this one. But what I should do is have some supports here connecting to the upper part, so that way this right around in this area, as you can see, is wobbling. It would keep it from wobbling so much. That's what I should do. But it works. It works though, even with the wobble. So we could just let it wobble its way up. But yeah, so this is all the rockets that it's firing to get us up there. Basically, what we're gonna do is once it gets there, we'll get rid of that. And as you can see, since it's so much later than the other one, it's getting up much quicker. That other one that I made was I was just trying to be crazy. And man, is it cool looking though too. I still think it could possibly get us up into orbit without having to burn too much of this upper stage. It's just not easy to do. Alright, it's almost time to stage, and wait for it. Wait for it. This thing goes much longer than I thought. Going pretty quick though. There we go. Let's get rid of that stage. Oh no, no, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Yeah, I accidentally staged when I wasn't supposed to stage there. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just stage all the stages because why not, right? Okay, there we go. Parachutes deployed. Let's rotate this thing. Let's try to rotate it a bit. Come on. Rotate. Yeah, it's like this thing that's pushing too much into this that it won't actually slide off. But yeah, I mean they probably will survive, most likely. But let's go back to the launch again, and how would I not make that mistake again this time? Turn on the SAS, throttle up all the way, and lift off of Munlander, the wobbly one. Should have probably gone back and fixed that wobbliness, is what I should have done, but whatever. There's our shadow, getting up nice and high. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Get ourselves like a cool camera angle, maybe. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty cool stuff. Could always even do this. That type of an angle. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's see what it looks like from... It's wrong button. Here it is from this guy's point of view. He doesn't really have a view, actually. So here, let's Don't actually know how you change. Oh, there it is, V. Okay. So here's this guy. Oh yeah, look at our view. Hold on, let's get back outside just to make sure everything's fine. Okay. So yeah, you can see here. You can see the planet. It's a little wobbly. It'd be kind of a little freaky to be inside of this thing while it's wobbling like that. All right. How about I only stage once this time, not twice like I did last time. Alright, that's all I was supposed to do last time. Let's just get rid of those. Alright. I should have little ejection motors on that stage I just got rid of. And on these ones too, to safely push these down and out. But I don't, obviously. So I just have to hope that when I eject them, they do go straight down and they don't bump into any of the rest of the ship. As you can see, a dent, which is good, because if it had, we would have probably had some issues. So, yeah, we're just going to let this thing get up there. I'm going to turn on my RCS, because we're starting to leave, we're getting less and less atmosphere, so it's going to be harder for these winglets to actually keep this thing under control. So I'll allow the computer to use that instead. But yeah, we're just going to keep going up here. Let's take a look at what we got going on here for the orbit. Alright, so this is going up pretty quick. Oh yeah, I guess while we're waiting here, I could show you how much fuel we have real quick before I spend too much time. Okay, so yeah, here I've got this ship that's in orbit. It's actually the same ship that we're launching right now. I already got it into an orbit here, and we guess we could have taken this one out to the moon, but we don't want to do that. And then I have this here as a space probe. It's just a satellite I have that points towards the planet. It was my first satellite ever launched, so it's not necessarily the best orbit or anything, but hey, it works. It's got the solar panels on it, and a dish, and all that fun stuff. We'll probably have to, try and maybe send up a better one, maybe in a better orbit, but yeah, we'll see. I haven't actually tried using any of the stuff where it tells you when to throttle up and down and all that stuff, really. I just have been doing this myself so far. I should really probably try plotting stuff and then having it help me. What was that sound? I hope it's not falling apart on me. Alright. We're getting pretty close though here. We're about to enter space now, which is good. So let's get up there and wait for it. Space. We're in outer space now. Alright. We're just going to keep ourselves going up for now while we got these rockets. And then we'll eject them, and we're going to leave the other stage, or the other rocket, off. Now, let's just wait here for a little bit. And stage. Put those away. And then, I suppose we should probably just get away from those just a little bit. And let's turn that off. Okay. Nope, 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 no, don't turn. I don't want you turning. It's not yet. Well, I mean, I guess we could turn a little bit. It's not like it's going to hurt much, but it's not what I want to do. This rocket's so long and heavy right now that the RCS thrusters have a little bit of trouble controlling it. But let's just straighten it out just a little bit here. Want to try and get myself on the 90-degree mark here a little bit. So let's just push myself onto that. There we are, okay. And then let's rotate. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so yeah, here we are. So this is our trajectory. We're going to go out to about almost 500 meters out, which is pretty good. So what we're going to do here real quick is we're going to speed ourselves up and get ourselves a little bit closer to that. Right about here. Let's go right about there. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go and push ourselves down here a little bit. And I'm going to point myself down like so. Now, like I said, I should probably plot this stuff. I'm just going to do it myself. But basically what I want to do now is, here's the moon. And I'm going to point myself about this angle. Actually here, let's go a little bit more down here. Okay, so right about here is where I'm going to go. And then let's go and level this thing off, so that way that looks a little bit better down there. Okay, So here we are. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to throttle myself all the way up. I need this up to do that, I suppose. Alright, so we're going full throttle now. And so basically what I'm trying to do is I should be going this way, is the way I'm pointing, which should help level this thing off, and it is. As you can see, this is coming down and this is going up, which is what we want. And it's also extending out. So hopefully, assuming that I'm doing this right, it should allow us to actually get into a relatively flat line here on the 90-degree mark, and it should also, you know, eventually it'll make an actual orbit for us. Once we're in an orbit, then we can, you know, change that orbit to bring us out to Mun. Alright, so let me see, how's our fuel holding up? Okay. So we still got some fuel. Let's see. What? Why are those still on? I thought these things fall off when you stage. Huh. Ah, whatever. Okay, so starting to look pretty good. The line's leveling out too, which is what we want. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know. Alright, there it goes. Let's blow that. Alright. Made a bit of a star shape there. You can see all the little debris marks like a shape of a star there. It's pretty cool looking. Okay. So we should be able to move a little bit faster now. We're lighter. So let's just keep watching our orbit here. But what I was talking about is like you can actually go and like, you know, make like a mark or whatever, and you can actually tell it to add maneuvers and things like that. But we're not going to do that because I'm just gonna do it myself. I should probably play around with that a little bit. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't like done it yet, but whatever. It's a little bit more risky, I guess, and it's more rewarding if you can do it without having to do that, I suppose. But yeah, we're getting closer though. It's extending. How's fuel holding up? It's holding up great. All right, let's point ourselves down a little bit more. Right about there. Alright. Hold that. Okay. It's looking pretty good, Not the flattest orbit line, but that doesn't matter. Now we just gotta watch that there. Let's check on the fuel again. Oh yeah, we still got like half the fuel left. Okay, so just gotta wait here, and as you can see this line's about to go to the other side of the planet, which means we're about to make an orbit. So we'll wait here. A lot of patience in this game, but you don't mind that. Okay, so let's bring this thing. Let's see, what are we at right here? We're about that. Okay, so let's just keep this thing going out for now. I want to try and make my orbit a little bit round. Alright, so let's bring this one to about, try to probably bring it up to like 450. And rate, what are we at on this side then? 500? Okay, that's good enough. We'll just go with that. Alright, I don't want to use up too much fuel. Okay, so we're in an orbit now. We're orbiting the planet. We will not fall back down. So, beautiful. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to actually get ourselves to get onto the planet. So now what we can do to do that is, a good way to do that is actually what we could do is actually, let's actually keep going this way. Let's not change our trajectory. Now if we keep this going, we will get enough speed here going along here like so, that this will actually extend out here, and we can go and get ourselves over to the moon, or Mun. I know there's much better ways of doing a lot of this stuff that I'm doing, but this works. Let me see here. Check on the fuel. Alright. Just watching that line, make sure it's going to go good. Alright, so let's sit here, because I'm going to have to change stages. And there it goes. And let's kick in this stage. Okay, so now we just got to get that to go out. Alright. Should definitely be doing this better than I am, but hey, whatever. Alright, alright. Let's get ready to change my throttle here. And there we go. Let's kill that a little bit, and now let's go slow. Now we want to watch this line here until the computer tells us that we're going to have an intersect trajectory with Mun. So let's just keep watching this. And hope that we're not too far down to actually have that happen. Okay, wait. Here we are. Okay, so here, see now it's showing us stuff. So now what it says is going to happen if we keep on this here. We're going to come around here and we're going to end up in Mun escape or whatever. And then here's Mun encounter. So now this green line here is the actual trajectory of our ship. So that's what we want to follow. So now if we now that I have the throttle killed, we can speed this up. So let's follow this orbit here. And slow it down. Alright. And then we should have an encounter right here. And there it is. Okay. So, let me just slow this down. Oh, it's thinking, I guess. Okay, so there we are. Alright, so now we've changed. So now it shows here that if we keep on, what's going to happen now is the gravity of the moon, or Mun, is going to pull us, and we're going to end up going along this trajectory here, and then right about here we're going to end up into this trajectory here and go back around the planet. We don't want to do that. So what we need to do is we need to actually slow ourselves down enough now by throttling and forcing ourselves this way by shooting out, throttling that way. It's going to slow us down, and this thing will start to bend around and we'll get in orbit. So now the way we can do that is, if we look at our ship here, this is the way we want to throttle. So if we go, oops, nope, hold on. Okay, so if we line ourselves up onto this, hold on. Okay. Alright, so here we are. So as you can see, we're orbiting this way around the planet now. So basically we're going to want to throttle away from it. So if we go back to this, we're going to throttle this way a little bit towards this line. Oh wait. No, what am I thinking? No, we don't want to do that. I was pointing the ship the opposite direction we want to point. No, we want to point ourselves this way. Okay. Whoa, spin too fast. Go back. Okay. No, we want to actually spin ourselves this way. We're going to throttle away from this line because we don't want to speed up and go into the line faster. We want to slow ourselves down so that the gravity of the moon can actually cause us to fall into an orbit. Now, let's just center that thing. Okay. So now we're going to throttle up all the way. As you can see, the orbit's changing here. And it's starting to curve around the moon, or around Mun a little bit. So if we just keep this up, we will actually get this thing to come around and we'll get into an orbit. So here we are. Wait for it. And we have orbit. Well, not the best orbit. We're going to crash into the moon, but hey, it's close. Okay, so what we're going to do now is let's go and let's get ourselves... Whoa, jeez. What happened there? That was weird. Did we somehow go around the moon without crashing in it? I don't know what just happened, but the calculations or something freaked out on us. Alright, we're fine though. So let's go and let's come in a little bit closer like this. We're going to quickly quick save. And so there we are. So we're, crash into the moon if we keep on this trajectory. Now, we could try to just land straight up on the moon like this, or we could try and actually get ourselves into an orbit around this, like our actual stable orbit. Now, to do that, let's go and flip ourselves around here, and let's put ourselves onto the 90-degree mark here. So I want to get ourselves moving sideways a bit. So now if we go here, we throttle up, should hopefully start to get us around the thing. Because we need to go sideways more, because right now we're just going to crash right into it. So let's get ourselves until this thing is actually around it. Like so. And that should be... Since it has very low gravity, that'll be good. Alright, so we'll do that. Let's speed ourselves up now. And like I said, I could be doing this all completely wrong, but it usually works. So let's go get ourselves up close to that. Okay. Now what we want to do is spin ourselves around and point away from where we're headed. So we want to go back to this one again. Nope. Oh, I gotta quit spinning the ship around so quick. Go back. Go back. Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Up, up, up. Okay. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna rotate ourselves around here. Alright. So here we are. So we want to do this then. As you can see, if we go back to the ship, we're now pointing the opposite direction that we're actually rotating. So we're going that way. So now if we throttle back up again, now it's going to end up causing us to create a better orbit around this thing. So let's go and snap this thing around, and there we go. Now I'm going to shrink this down though, so we don't go so far out. Let's see, this is at 70. So let's bring this in, and right there, that's good. Look at that. That is a pretty good orbit. We are now orbiting the moon, or the mun is what they call it. Now I'm going to shut down that engine because there's no reason to be wasting its fuel. Okay, so here we go. Look at that. Pretty epic music going on with this too. And there's their planet and the sun. Could like take a snapshot of that. There we go. Actually, let's get rid of that. Take a snapshot. Alright. So, why not orbit around the moon a little bit? So if we speed ourselves up, you can see we are now in a stable orbit around it, and we're just going to go around and around and around forever. So, yeah, look at that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright. So let's stop going around, and let's actually pick a spot to land. Alright, so I think I will use the computer to help us with the landing. So now, if I understand how this works, what we want, let's get down to, let's get over to this mark here. Let's go around here, and get a little bit closer to it. Okay, so right here should be good. Okay, so I think the way this works is we want to go here and add a maneuver, and what we can do is we can, you can like change your orbit and everything here. So let's, oops, it's not exactly what I wanted to do here. Let's get rid of that and let's try adding a maneuver again. Okay, so let's, like I said, I've never actually really used this, so I don't really know exactly what to do. Let's shrink this down, and let's see, where do we want to land? We could try landing in, is there somewhere cool to land that I am looking at? You know what, let's try landing in this crater here, maybe. Here. Let's go and bring this thing out to about the crater spot. About there. Then I think we could rotate it with this one, maybe? Is this the one that rotates? No, it's not. This one is not doing what I want it to do. Go back. Okay. This one rotates then, right? Yep. So right there. Bring this in a little bit. Alright, so here's our trajectory that I want. So this is the maneuver that we want to do. And if we do this maneuver, we're going to change our trajectory, and we're going to end up going, and basically we should hopefully land in there. So that's what we want. So now if we go back to the ship here, you can see that it's telling us what we need to do for the maneuver. Now the estimated burn is going to be 7 seconds. Oh crap, we're supposed to be doing the burn already, I guess. Anyway, here, let's point ourselves at our trajectory. Now, okay. So now I think it wants us to point this way, right here. So that way it actually slows us down, so we can start going into the planet. Now let me see here. So we passed that, so it's not going to actually work anymore. So here, let's get rid of that maneuver, and let's say when we get to here, we're going to want to do that similar maneuver. So now let's see if I can get this, if we can do this quick enough before we actually get to that point. Let's bring this down, and then let's rotate right there. That'll be good. Okay, so let's go back to this, make sure we're pointing on this thing, and now it's going to want us to do an 8-second burn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we just gotta burn until this thing runs out. Make sure we're staying on this. And kill it. Okay. Alright, so we did the burn. I think that's the burn it wanted us to do. I've never used the computer thing here before, so I don't know if I did that right. Our trajectory did change. Look at that. We're almost dead on to what we wanted. So let's see here. So now let's activate the landing gear, because we're gonna need that here soon. Let's rotate our ship. No. Okay. And let's go down here. And then I want to get myself onto this mark here. Whoa. Okay. Alright, so this is the mark I'm going to follow. Now, the reason why I want to follow this is if I follow this just right, it should slow us down and everything. Alright, so let's speed up. Get ourselves closer to that crater where we start to fall into it. Okay. Get a little bit closer. Alright, we're coming in pretty quick here. Let's go and rotate ourselves up. Alright, now how's our trajectory looking here? Still coming into where we want. Good. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to, keep following this for a little bit. Let's get ourselves a little bit closer. Hopefully I'm not waiting too long. Alright. Let's start slowing ourselves down a little bit here. Alright, kill the engine, speed up. Okay. So this is where I want to land, is somewhere in this spot. So we don't need to go into the exact spot there. Let's slow ourselves down, because we're going way too fast to land. So let's just slow down here. Alright. Slowing down. Beautiful. Looking good so far. Just gotta keep with this mark here, because that way we end up slowing down and being vertical. So we're just gonna keep following it. Oop. Okay. Whoa. I slowed ourselves down so much we actually started going back up. Alright, so we're gonna not do that for a little bit. Now let's oh, okay, I guess I can't speed up because we're practically on the moon. Alright, so let's do this because we're almost vertical right now. Alright. Here we go. Coming down pretty straight. This is really nice so far. I like it. Let's just do that. Okay. Now slow ourselves down a little bit. Don't want to come down too quick. Alright. It's looking pretty good, Okay. Gonna turn off the sass. Alright. Whoa. Oh no. I'm messing this up. Oh no, we lost the landing leg. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Back on. Why'd I turn that off? Oh no. Ah, crap. We landed on the moon! Albeit a little bad, but we're on it. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Look at anything wrong. Are we gonna stop or what? Hold on, let's turn this stuff off. Alright, it looks like we're pretty... This crater is much more angled than I thought. So, yeah, I think what I need to do is adjust my trajectory a bit to land down inside the crater a bit more than what I did. Geez, you gonna ever stop rolling or what? Here, can we speed this up? No, we can't. EVA! Ah, the ship's gonna squish you. Oh, he's just gonna slide too, it looks like. Get up, guy. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Get up. Quit it. No, he's just gonna slide on the moon. He's gonna slide around on Mun. Alright, there's the sun. Can you even see the planet from here? Doesn't look like it, no. Oh, the capsule finally stopped moving. Of course, now that we are out of it. Alright. But yeah, look at this, we're on the moon. Yeah! Whoop, whoop, whoop. We're on the moon. I keep calling it moon. It's basically the moon, it's just called Mun now. Oh, that thing's still sliding. But yeah, see? Let's turn on his jetpack. And yeah, look at that. Pretty cool. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. Alright. Anyway, guys. Thanks for watching first episode here. Hope you liked it. I did save after we got... Oh, crap. I didn't save after we got into a real orbit. Alright. Anyway, who cares? So, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually probably land onto Mun properly. And then, you know, maybe next episode, maybe I'll start up with us, you know, after I've landed on it. And then we can, you know, maybe like run around on Mun a little bit, and then we can take off and get back to the planet and land safely and all that stuff. And maybe play around with some space planes and stuff. But yeah, I hope you like this. It's episode 1, you know, so thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.